Hey guys, in this video I am going to show you a bunch of work from home job sites where they pay you specifically via PayPal. If this is one of your preferred ways of getting paid, and also you can apply without any interview and without any experience. So we are going to start with a company called Pico Workers. Now Pico Workers is going to be probably one of the lower paying ones on the list. This is one that's more as a side hustle. If you just have a few extra minutes throughout the day, you can go on here and just do a very quick job that pays you a few cents to maybe a few dollars for every gig that you perform. And a lot of these are going to be like, liking a video on YouTube or commenting on a Twitter post or something like that, subscribe on YouTube. So these type of things. But as far as reviews, I mean, they don't have a bunch of shady reviews or anything. They have a 4.1 out of 5 star rating and 85% recommend this place. They do have 3.1 out of 5 star rating on Trustpilot, so the reviews really are not that bad. But as far as a place that just makes some extra money via PayPal, you can check out Pico Workers. It's also known as micro tasking site because typically you do a bunch of quick jobs, you don't really have anything going. So as far as this one is one of the easier ones, but also one of the ones that's going to be less stable and probably one of the lower paying ones. So you should start with something like this. So next we have tutoring. Now this can actually be more than just like school subject and stuff like that. A lot of people think tutoring is mostly either language or school subjects. They have over 100 different things that you can tutor people in. So if you know a lot about a particular subject, you can tutor people on preply.com. You just sign up, create your tutor profile, get approved with less than a week, and then you can start earning. You can also apply worldwide. So here the pay rate, so they give you an average like for a random type of tutor, which is an English tutor, which is typically $15 to $25 per hour. But the thing is, you actually get to set your own pay rate and you can change it anytime. So you can actually make a lot more than that, and that you are not limited to just teaching English. You can teach a lot of different things. You have anytime, anywhere. You can do teaching anytime, anywhere. So you can do this from many countries around the world. There's no minimum time commitment. You can also create your own schedule. So you have a convenient payment methods like PayPal and few others. So some of the FAQ questions are on here. Like for instance, there's no specific certification or teaching experience required. Obviously, you need to be able to prove that you know a lot about the subject you are teaching, though otherwise they wouldn't be able to provide a decent service to the public. So here you have over 100 subjects that you can teach, including languages, school and university subjects, hobbies and art. So if you are multilingual, if you did well at a specific school subject, if maybe you know a lot about certain hobby, maybe you do like some sort of graphic design or something like that, there's all sort of things that you can teach people here. And then again, they kind of go through the process of how you become a tutor. It's very quick. All you mainly have to do is verify, maybe how you know the subject, who you are, and they verify your identity and all that. And they have basically what they say as they have a steady stream of new students, so you can work whenever you want. And then of course you have payment methods such as PayPal, Payoneer and Skrill or TransferWise. As far as equipment required, it's very minimal, just a stable internet connection, some sort of PC, a webcam and a microphone, and they will kind of provide the virtual classroom for you. Now they do take a percentage, so it's usually somewhere between 18 and 33% of what you earn. So that's part of basically the fee for having this platform and keeping it going. So you can check out Preply, and they also have pretty solid reviews. They have 4.3 out of 5 star rating and 83% recommend working here to a friend. So if you want to know how much like an average tutor might make, there's different type of tutors that have reviews on here, and you can also go just what you think your time is worth as well, because you get to establish your own pay rates. but they have a few tutors saying they average around $31 an hour, and some are charging more than this. So they said on the website like in the low to mid 20s. If you keep scrolling down, you may find a few others that also in the 30s as well. So you also have like a Spanish teacher that's apparently earned around $35. You have another one that's it's in a different language, but they said $66. So it just depends on the type of tutoring you do. Obviously there are many different languages, there are many different type of tutoring, over 100 different kinds, so you can do on here and you get to set your own pay rate. So next you have a company called Dataforce. So Dataforce is a place where you have all sorts of AI training jobs. This is kind of microtasking, but you may find some more jobs that are a little more ongoing than like a typical microtasking website like I showed you earlier. But you have a couple of different options here. You have data sourcing projects, and then you have short and long-term positions. So data sourcing projects looks like this. These are going to be like kind of microtask, one-off type job. You submit things for basically the AI to study. So you are submitting audio samples, video samples, images, those type of things usually, and it is used for collecting data to help AI kind of train and get better at automatically generating things and stuff like that. You may also do some sort of jobs where you are giving feedback to AI on how well it's doing. So you have all sorts of different jobs around the world like that. And then you have their long and short-term positions here. So you will have some more traditional jobs on here, but you also have some ongoing remote jobs as well. Like a language data annotator, for instance, you have some in different part of the world. You see many different countries like Spain, the US, Switzerland, Singapore, Australia. But if you're looking at something that's maybe a little more ongoing or maybe a little more steady, then you can check the page that has their short and long-term positions. So you even see something like a transcriber that's remote in the US. This one pays $13 an hour, and they are going to vary in terms of how much they pay, because there's a lot of different type of jobs on here, but typically they don't require much of you to apply, and a lot of these do pay you also via PayPal. So as far as TransPerfect and what it's like to work here, Dataforce is usually where you find those, but it's part of TransPerfect. So 3.2 out of 5 star and 54% recommend working here to a friend. If you want to look at average salaries, you can do that here as well. Again, a lot of jobs will tell you upfront how much they pay per hour. Sometimes you can, if they don't do that, you can go on here and look at the reviews. You can also just look at reviews on here if you're not sure if you even want to check the website out. So as far as a place where you can make maybe $10 to $25 an hour doing different type of gigs online, TransPerfect, what they call Dataforce, would be one that you can check. So another place where you can get paid by PayPal is called Cambly. This is another tutoring site that they focus specifically on language tutoring. So instead of having a choice of like 100 different subjects like you would with Preply, Cambly, you have a bunch of different type of tutoring. Well, you are mostly limited to just English. You are mostly focusing on a language, so there's no teaching certificate required. Bachelor degree or prior teaching experience is needed. So Preply and Cambly are two of the only ones I have seen that don't require any sort of degree or teaching experience, but a lot of stuff is done for you. They kind of figure out the curriculum for you, and especially with this one, you are just teaching English. So if you grew up speaking English as your first language, it's something that should be easier for you to teach without necessarily needing some sort of teaching certificate to do. So now they do say they are limiting the number of new tutors. They are not saying they are completely cutting it off, but they are limiting it right now. So if you're okay with that, you can still apply. You might apply for a few other things as well, but you get paid weekly via PayPal and direct bank deposits. And they have other options as well. They are upfront and honest about how much they pay. They are not going to lead you on or anything, but they tell you they pay usually between $10 to $12 per hour, depending on whether you are teaching adults or teaching kids. So anytime, anywhere you can tutor from across the globe. So this is also open for people worldwide, and you can start tutoring at any time of the day based on your schedule. You can work as little or as much as you want. There's no minimum hours, and again, you are making a global impact. So, another thing to keep in mind with this one is you are also teaching one on one lessons. You will find that if you look into other companies that do tutoring like this, they have 1 in 4 classrooms or 1 to 3 classrooms where you are teaching multiple kids or multiple students at a time. And also it's going to help you if in terms of your personality, it's probably going to be helpful. If you are a people person, if you are more of an introvert, it may not be the best thing to do for you. So because you are going to be doing like video lessons for people, and as far as for work at Cambly, they have a 3.4 out of 5 star rating and 64% recommend working here to a friend. They have pretty decent scores here, and again they pay $10 to $12 per hour. Another fairly easy things you can do from home that pays you via PayPal. So next one is going to be call center QA mystery shopping. So most mystery shopping, if you have ever looked into, that is done in person. Mystery shopping is typically when you go into a business and you answer questions for whatever company you are working with. You have sometimes like a form you fill out that you answer questions about customer experience, the layout of the store, the prices, whatever it may be. And basically you are pretending to be just an average shopper. You are actually kind of conducting some sort of like an audit for the store. So hiring telephone mystery shopper is what they do here at Mystery or at call center QA. It's one of the few that I have seen that lets you do it from home. No previous experience is necessary. They do not also require a background check, but you must be at least 18 years of age or older and be a current resident of US. So you need to have some form or way of proving you are a citizen of US, and they do not charge for any sort of registration. It's totally free. So they consider people of all sort of different application backgrounds as well. And as far as how much you get paid $5 to complete a phone mystery shop along with a brief feedback form. Now each one only is supposed to take around 10 minutes. So if you do the math, that's about $30 an hour, but that doesn't mean you are going to consistently get $30 an hour like 8 hours a day or anything like that, because you don't exactly know how much work is going to be available at a given time. So like I said, you don't want to rely on a lot of these websites for your main source of income. It's more like you might have a couple of these on the side as a supplement to your main source of income. But with this, their payment is, they say, one of the best in the industry, and they pay faster than many of the others at 7 business days or less, while others pay 30 to 45 days later. So as far as what it's like to work at call center QA, they have pretty solid ratings. They do have a fair amount of ratings as well, 4.1 out of 5 star, and 89% would recommend working here to a friend. So that's it guys. I hope this was helpful with your work from home job search. So guys, keep hustling, and I'll catch you all in the next video with some more work from home opportunities for you guys. Take care.